Trish.
Sure. I'll let you.
Well, you're the treasurer.
I'll call Dave in the morning.
I'm reporting before the budget treasurer, maybe I shouldn't.
As quick as that. I did my evaluation during that class, I think it worked out perfect. Right?
Well, you're up for re-election tonight.
I know.
So true.
I know. You're not going through.
You're not going anywhere. Neither one of them. No, neither one of them.
Are we live?
It really
Live in the
is.
dark.
Yes. Well,
Live from Ranson, West Virginia.
There we go. This is
Not
your
me.
show, man. It's the Tonight Show, starring Elliot Simon.
Tuesday night at the ESA.
coming to you live.
Already got 7 o'clock all the time.
It's 7:03.
I'm sorry, I'm going out of the computer clock.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Maybe
I
it's
kind of
just
like that
the
I'm hitting
phone.
behind you, Elliot. Thank you, stay right there.
We're all
I'll
seeing
talk and they won't be
you.
able to see my face. on the mic.
My God. Suck it in here.
No one else in the room.
Yeah.
I can't even question her.
So-
We go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I'm going to start
We
the
have a
meeting.
quorum.
We do have a quorum, so who's that up there on the left, upper left?
Has
Live.
anybody signed in at all, Bob?
It's delayed, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, all right. All right, it is, it's 7:04, and I call this meeting to order. September meeting, of the JCESA, today is September 15th, 2020. Okay, roll call. We have is everybody signed the sign-in sheet? Okay. And we have a confirmed quorum. First order of business is the approval of the, oh, I'm sorry. Phew. How quickly I forget. Wow, please do this in the play.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I wish it was indivisible. All right. As I was saying, third order of business, approval of minutes. First, the special meeting, August 13th.
Hey, Bob, Ronnie shuts because he can't get logged into the meeting. Just texted me.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. The next officer is Vice Chair. Do we have a nomination for Vice Chair?
Nominate Tricia.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? For treasurer? Do I have a nomination for treasurer?
Twiggy.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? That passes. Okay, they all pass unanimously. Do we have a nomination for secretary? So, in light of the fact that we don't have a nomination for secretary from the board, I think by acclamation, could we approve the continuation of Debbie as the secretary ex officio?
I so move.
Okay, we have a mo. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All right, and any opposed? All right, they all pass unanimously. So the next order of business is the treasurer's report. And that would be Craig Simpson, assisted by Alan Kaiser, the director. The August 2020 financials, discussion and action.
The FY21 commission allocations are as follows. The general fund for the JCESA is $2,622,847. The ambulance fee, $936,973, for a total of $3,559,820. The bank account balances as of August 31st, 2020. The general fund, $642,541. The payroll, $144,628. The ambulance fee, $518,399. And in the mortgage, $97,850. As we know, we have to have at least $81,000 a year to go forward. In reference to what we spent, the projected funds and the over and under for the year to date, just a few areas that look at, and of course, I'll correlate that with the labor wheel. And that's the full-time salaries was run over. The part-time salaries were run over a little bit, and certainly the workman's comp, but we are running under year to date $6,342 in the agency. If you look at the labor wheel, I can explain the run overage. Looking at we have two full-time paramedic position vacancies. That makes a huge impact on our budget as we move forward. That's at 3.5%. So again, the part-time folks help us out a good bit. And you'll see that the part-time salaries did run over to almost $1,600, and the other was filled in by regular hours on the overtime wheel. The other thing we had is we had 364 hours of personal leave. You got to remember, we backfill and we fill those positions vacant. We leave nothing vacant. So when you get down through the list of all the part-time and the cheapest, the folks full-time who have the less hours, that's who we hire. So we're still continually doing a good job with that. And that's hats off to the captain of operations and the lieutenants that manage that on a day-to-day basis. And that is our report for today.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as read.
Second.
Any discussion? Any questions about the report? We can't hear Jane. Hello, Ronnie.
Did you type it?
Audio test is working, so our audio is not consistent.
Yeah.
Can you text it, Miss Jane?
It is not good.
Ronnie, we still have to get together.
And I apologize to.
You and I need to get together soon.
Okay.
We keep missing each other, so we'll get together.
We have Ronnie
I just
Yeah.
need your opinion.
We can hear Ronnie, but we cannot hear Commissioner Jane Tabb.
No, but it's on her end.
Two paramedic vacancies, how soon will they be filled?
Say it again.
How soon will they be filled, those two vacancies?
That's a question.
The, one of them will be filled, the next week and a half. That employee's been onboarding for a while now, and the second one should be filled by early November. We already have someone in line for that, just getting them onboarded. They'll be, so one's already been filled, and the person will be going live within the next week or two. The second one, we have someone lined up. We'll have them ready and in position by the first of November.
Are you okay on that, Commissioner Tabb? The part that follows up to that, and I'll follow what Bob says, it again, it's continually being a concern that with our surrounding jurisdictions as they're hiring a whole bunch of people from Loudoun to Montgomery to Frederick. They're running back to back to back classes. Some of them are doubling up. They attract these folks by certainly the higher pay and the more call load, if you will. But the higher pay really attracts them over. We have a really good shift, with the exception of a few stations on day work, but they attract them with the salary base of their area. So something we just need to look at. But that's our attraction part to get paramedics to attract them to come in. We've done Captain Berner's done an enormous amount of advertising and reaching out, and we usually do that through our part-time folks, but we're finding it tougher and tougher as these surrounding jurisdictions continue to fortify their pay per year, plus the paramedics are making extra money through a stipend, if you will, to be a paramedic. So that's it. But we're working on it.
Okay. And we have a first and a second on the motion for the treasurer's report. Is there any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Passes unanimously. Next up is the chairman's report. Now, regarding the chairman's report here, the board member Bob Fass is going to run the next joint meeting between the ESA and the FRA, which is scheduled for October 8th, but I have been told that that meeting has been changed. Is that right? I mean, who changed it and why?
News to me. Me and Bob talked about it still being the 8th. That's what I've told everybody.
Right.
Yeah, well, so I just got an email today from Ms. Tab stating that date has been changed. Again, this is the first we've been notified of it, and unfortunately, being that I'm supposed to chair that, I will not be present. I will be on shift at work that day. It's been changed to November 4th. I'm guessing by the county commission, but this is the first we're hearing of it again, to be able to make those changes. So,
as far as I'm concerned, if none of us know about it, it hasn't officially been changed. So, is there any comment on that from Commissioner Tab on this? But we can't hear her.
Where and all that? Do we know the?
yeah, well, so the venue is, Director Kaiser just asked the venue. Apparently, they have made the decision it's going to be a Zoom meeting as well, or some sort of platform as that. Again, I'm not real sure on the decision. I thought I'd go where we did at Station 4. We have plenty of room in that entire room to meet, and I think you're going to get a better conversation and interaction with individuals involved as a face-to-face meeting.
Right. So who has jurisdiction over holding this meeting? I thought it was just between the organizations. So,
well, so remember, we decided we wanted to sit with the commissioners. We wanted to sit with, and again, I'm not terribly great with the names. The financial people, both of them. The county attorney was involved.
Right.
And the senior county leadership, the administrator and the deputy administrator.
Right. So, I don't know. I'm a little confused, and honestly, I'm a little frustrated. So,
yeah. And,
Well, our building is also available,
Yeah.
which is just as big.
yep.
so I think Commissioner Tab is getting ready to call in.
Huh? Right now, we're not renting our room at all. So
And so it's wide open then.
that's why it's
huge.
open.
That's a huge.
Well, Shepherdstown
Yeah.
is huge, yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's
Or
our
speaker.
Let me call her. That's a good idea.
yeah, that is a good
You
idea.
were so smart.
I had somebody there.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's give her a raise.
Thank goodness Marshall.
She need the phone.
Director Kaiser's going to call you, Jane, on your cell phone.
I just gave you a number.
Oh, you did? What number did you get, Bob?
304. Was that it? 725.
I have-
725.
wait. Here. That's her mobile.
725.
Okay. Call it? That's her house. Yes.
Right, 725.
No, Bob, I'm sorry you put me down. I'm tired of it.
There we go.
Tricia, stop that.
All right.
Okay, go ahead, Bob Foster, you want to ask again?
So the question or the conversation was, Jane, this was the, I got your email today, and I'm just not sure on how that process went about. Was that something that you guys brought up? Hey, we need to change this? Because again, unfortunately, I can't make that meeting now, and being the person who's, kind of spearheading the end of this end of it, it makes it a little frustrating.
Okay, well, we have a meeting this Thursday, and hopefully I could bring this, item up. I know staff check their calendars and so forth, and that's the date, that was proposed. Now, I will say, I can't speak for all the commissioners, but with our staff, meeting in a large room, I don't think a lot of us are comfortable with that, with these numbers going up. Of course, we don't know what will happen near the actual date. So
Okay.
that's why I thought that we would probably be doing this. But anyway, the original date you wanted it at is October 8th, is that correct?
Yeah, that was the night we discussed when we were all at that meeting together.
Okay, all right, well, I'll bring that up at the county commission meeting and see if that will work and, get back to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
no problem. I don't know why I can hear you guys so well, but my, speaker is not working, but anyway.
Well, the gremlins and the technology. All right, so, that said, I would normally run that meeting and I'd like to delegate, Bob Foss to run the meeting when it does occur. If there's no objection, we could just, say aye by acclamation. Any objections? All right, so that's done. Next is the JCFRA report. None. Ronnie?
No, just basically that, Bob had texted me the other day. I'm going to confirm the October 8th, meeting. So that's a go. So, if Jane, if you have something different, just can you let me know ahead of time so I can cancel the meeting at our next association, because we do have another meeting before that meeting. So, if you don't mind, we did discuss the fee a little bit the other night. Matter of fact, that was probably the main topic of the whole meeting. So Ross had some information that he presented, so I'm just going to wait and let that get presented at the October 8th meeting and so forth. So other than that, that's all I got.
Okay, thank you very much. That brings us to the director's report. Director Kaiser.
Thank you. This October is coming up very soon. That's Breast Cancer Month. The breast cancer T-shirts here at the ESA are on sale for $10. It's next year's. We're going to go for a new design for a new shirt. So we need to sell what we have from last year. So we're working on that. Debbie has the sales moving forward. And again, all proceeds will go directly to the breast cancer awareness of Cumberland Valley. And those are a fine group to work with, and they manage all of the breast cancer funding for the Eastern Panhandle. So we need to continue to support that. So the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, the 20th annual public service recognition ceremony will be held in a virtual setting for EMS Provider of the Year and Fire Service Provider of the Year. We are to provide a nominee selection as of this evening, and I believe that's been taken care of. The Chamber didn't want to go by this year without missing it and honoring the hardworking and dedicated men and women who put their lives on the line to protect ours. Once all the selection forms have been received, one outstanding fire service and one outstanding medical service provider will be selected. The plan is to go to their department and produce a 1-hour video about each of the honorees. Once all information is collected, they will share the date before the release to the public. Again, today is the last day to get the forms in, and we're ready for them. The Internal Revenue Service, the IRS Form 990 packets for the county volunteer fire departments. This is the update to them. We're starting to receive them. The ESA office has started that process. So far, we have collected 2 of the 7 departments. That's so that the departments can receive their fiscal year 2020 allocated funds. And that's all I have today, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Director Kaiser. Board member requests, we don't have any on the agenda. Are there any impromptu requests by any board members? Unfinished business, do we have any? None on the agenda? Which brings us to new business. Now, David Howell, the CPA, the audit proposal bid for fiscal year 2021 has been accepted. The completion dates will be November 2020 and November 2021. So we need to appoint 3 board members to serve as the audit committee to be available as needed for the CPA conducting the ESA independent audit for those years ending June 2020, which already happened, and June 2021. So the discussion and the action, basically, we need 3 volunteers. Do I have any volunteers? We have Bob, we have Tricia, and we have Twiggy. Any other volunteers? So then that's it, because we need 3 people on the committee, and so that's who we have on the committee. All right, next up is public comment. Do we have anybody to speak tonight?
We're gonna go ahead and read Christian Pause, and that's going to be.
That's the audit committee. Yeah, because there's nothing to vote on because we need 3 and that's all they volunteered, so, right. No public comments. And so that brings us to adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All right. This meeting is hereby adjourned at 7:29 PM. Thank you very much.